What's up, guys? It's me, Chris, coming to you live from my pillow. Just wanted to start the video today. I've been thinking a lot about gaming lately. I haven't been playing the game because the Call of Duty this year was not very good, and as you guys know, I primarily play Call of Duty. Excuse me. And I'm about to get ready to get up and get ready for work. It's about 7 a.m. right now, so just grabbed my camera, started filming, got my kid up. She's in the other room getting dressed. So yeah, just wanted to talk for a second about the state of gaming. There's a new Call of Duty coming out, as you guys know, the World War II version Call of Duty. I'm a little bit excited about it, but also a little bit apprehensive because of Sledgehammer Games. But the stuff I've seen so far looks pretty good, and it's interesting, especially with the controller scene. And as you guys know, you know, I'm out of the game. I haven't been doing controllers like that for a while. There's a lot of people out there that are, but I use a variety of controllers, and I want to spend a little bit of time today in the video doing some comparisons and talking about controllers, and ultimately answering the question for you: should you purchase a modded controller to play a World War II version of Call of Duty? Because there is no air jumping, which we've seen for the last 3 years. So I'm gonna answer that. I'm gonna talk about it, maybe save you some money, maybe make you spend a little money. So stay tuned. You definitely don't want to miss this one. See you in the car. Alright guys, so we're in the car right now and wanted to try some new I'm trying new camera angles. You guys let me know what you think. This one's kind of funky, but I like it quite a bit because of how I can kind of pose and show. So I look more centered, if that makes sense to you. You can see a little bit out of the window. Anywho, trying some different camera poses, and I'm still debating whether or not I'm going to stick with the G7X Mark II or I'm gonna go with something else for my camera. Comment, let me know what you guys think, if we should do something different with the camera. I like these point and shoots for this type of work, and oh, I'm tilted back too much. I like those point and shoots for this type of work because they make sense to me. They're light, they have pretty decent audio, they give a really good picture quality, so bang for buck is through the roof. But they do have quirks that I'm not necessarily thrilled about. You know, when I need to get focused on something, I need to get it, and this camera is slower than I remember, especially now since I've been working with a lot of the Canon and Sony gear, the other Canon and Sony gear that has a little bit quicker, more responsive autofocus system. And when you're filming yourself, you really need good autofocus. So that's one of the things I've been thinking about, and I'm just trying to figure out which way I'm gonna go. I may go ahead and spend the money and get the RX100 Mark V, I think is what it's called, from Sony, but we'll just have to wait and see, because that's like a $1,000 camera, and I would hope the specs were better than what they are for $1,000. So I may just hold out a little while longer until they come out with whatever this year's version is. I guess it'd be the Mark VI. Stick with this camera, and maybe the Mark III of this camera will be great too. We just have to wait and see, because it's getting close to time. And this person at this freaking roundabout just ran it. Good job. Sorry, try not to curse. All right, so I've made it to my destination, which is the local corner store, which is one of those little Walmart, small Walmart stores. We're gonna grab a couple drinks because I'm parched, especially after just waking up. We're gonna grab, I guess the kid will grab a snack or two. So then we will kick this thing off again, and we're gonna get into talking about should you buy a new controller or purchase a modded controller for Call of Duty World at War, or World War II. I keep saying World at War. World at War II, basically the same kind of period. World War II. Say that 10 times fast. I'll be right back. Make sure I can see y'all, because I'm getting crashed, trying to look cool. All right, so we were talking, just finished up at the store, and we were talking about, well, I asked a question about controllers, and that's a near and dear topic to my heart. I love controllers. We'll do a controller collection video if you guys want. Just let me know in the comment section. I'll show you all the controls. Make sure we're recording. I'll show you all the controllers that I have, and we can go through them. I'll tell you why I got them, but I do collect controllers of different types, and I use different controllers at different times. I still use the Hori pad if people ask about that. I just really like that particular controller, and it's set up like an Xbox controller, but I just really like that controller because I like some of the functionality in it. I did mod it, you guys know that, but I like it a lot. And let's talk about the subject of modding for a second. So when we talk about modding for controllers, when you say mod, that means to modify. Let me just say that, because people think unless it's got razor blades coming out of it, or a toothbrush coming out of your controller, or you can watch TV or open your garage, it's not modified. Modified means to make it do anything that it didn't do when it came out of the old factory. So if you add a jump button, that's modified. If you add a knifing button, that's modified. If you add lights, that's modified. Anything that it does that it did not do when it left the factory is a modification. So even if you paint it, so those are still mods. So for those folks out there that don't think those are mods, unless you're doing rapid fire and things of that nature, you're misinformed. Those are greater mods, but there's still, a mod is a mod. A modification is anything that it is when it's not brand new. So one of my favorite mods that I was doing during the jump period was to do the two buttons on the back. You guys have seen it. I'll show you. I'll cut in some footage of those controllers that I have that do that. But to be able to jump, because you want it to be able to strafe or jump while still keeping your fingers on the trigger. The jump era made SCUF and a lot of other controller manufacturers a lot of money, because jumping was the thing to do. You need to keep all your hands up, and you didn't want to play cloth because you didn't want to get, you know, arthritis where your fingers are like this all the time and like you're throwing up gang signs. So you wanted to definitely have a way to comfortably hold the controller and still strafe, jump, knife, and still shoot and aim. So that's where, you know, SCUF and those folks enjoyed a really prosperous couple years, because there were 3 games in a row where you were jumping around and doing all that kind of stuff. Now then, we've gone back to boots on the ground, and it's going to be interesting to see how these custom controller manufacturers respond, because their bread and butter was being able to go in and do those easy mod boards and go in and solder different points and allow different things, customization. So watch what I tell you, but the industry now is going to go crazy back to rapid fire. I mean, you didn't really hear about it as much, or at least I hadn't heard about it as much over the past 3 years. And it's important to people, definitely. It was important to some people, and people are definitely using it. But you're going to see a heavy skew back to rapid fire, because the competitive advantage that you got by jumping all around and hanging out in the air is now gone. Essentially, if you're boots on the ground. So most of your competitive advantage has to be found some other way, because most people, just being honest, that play FPS, or I say most people, there's a lot of people, those people play well, want to have fun, want to not cheat, want to do a good job. But there are those people that don't feel like they're having fun and can't play well unless they have a cheat or an edge. And that's exactly why I stopped using rapid fire mods, because it felt cheap to me. You know, if I beat you in a gunfight, I want to beat you in a gunfight because I was quicker at that particular moment, or I had a better strategy at that moment. I don't want to win just because I can shoot off X number of bullets out of a shotgun or whatever the case may be, rapid fire. So, you know, there's already going to be enough stuff in the game with care packages and things of that nature, supply drops, not care packages. You know they're going to do variants at some point. You know there's going to be other guns and things that are going to give you some competitive edge. That's just because there's money to be made there. So I'm interested to see how the controller community responds, especially those folks that make these custom controllers that give you that competitive edge. SCUF controllers were not banned in competitive play, but rapid fire controllers are. So it's going to be interesting. Can't wait to see how that goes down. I can't wait to see how this new Call of Duty plays with one of those non-boots on the ground modded controllers. I have several of them, but I also have some that aren't. So we're just gonna have to see how this plays out, and hopefully there's no issues. And you know, I'm excited because I haven't played a Call of Duty since technically Black Ops 2 that was hardcore boots on the ground. Maybe Ghost. Yeah, Ghost. I haven't played one since Ghost. I think Ghost was it. And a lot of people shit on Ghost. I think Ghost had some horrible maps, but I enjoyed it. I played it with my friend Sion, and we played the crap out of it. And I just really liked that game for some reason. I don't know why. Kill Streak sucked, but it was one of my favorite Call of Duties. I guess it was because of the Michael Myers packs, and I'm into horror and all that kind of stuff, that you get some of those other kill streaks and things. But some of the stages I really liked, maybe one or two, and we enjoyed playing together, and we just like that game. So maybe we can rekindle some of that old magic with this Call of Duty. We just have to wait and see. And I personally feel that one of the more important things to consider with this new game is going to be latency. Now they say it's gonna be one of the least connection bogged Call of Duties that we've had. I call bullshit until I see different. All the Call of Duty connections suck, and for the amount of money they make, it should be better than that. I don't want skill-based matchmaking in my Call of Duty, and I just want the best connection possible. If I'm gaming with my friends and I'm trying to, you know, get all those kill streaks to show out, I don't want any latency if I can help it from my end. I like to plug in because I sit about as close to my monitor as I am now, maybe about 2.5, 3 feet, and I game on a 23-inch LG monitor. I'll show you my gaming setup if you'd like to see that as well. Some of you have seen it. I stream from that same location also, and I really like that little IPS monitor. It's got a fast refresh rate. It looks good. I can see without moving all around, and it's just great. And it's funny to me because when I first started gaming, well, I wanted to game on these huge monitors because I thought it was cool, gonna give you that arcade feel. And I was gaming on, we had a 55-inch TV, then we got a 60-inch TV, now we have a 70-inch TV in our living room. And I was trying to game on that thing, especially playing an FPS game. You're looking like all over the place, like you dancing, like Stevie Wonder, because you can't even see what's going on. It's like you might see something in the back, then you look over there, you're dead. You look over here, you're dead. I can't do it. And you know, kudos to you guys that play on big TVs. You know, I don't personally ever want to go above, let's say, a 32-inch to play a FPS game, because I like to keep it in front of me and I just want to be able to see what's going on, and you just can't do it in those situations. So anyway guys, those are my thoughts on controllers. Should you go out and buy a modded controller? I would say no at this point. I know, and those SCUF controls and those other controls are expensive. I would just hold up, and when I say modded, functionally modded, I would just hold up at this point, see how this Call of Duty plays, because to be honest with you, you're probably not going to need it for most of what you're going to need to do in this game, and you can save that money and put it into the game or put it into something else. Go watch a few movies, or go buy you a better camera, start your own YouTube channel, or whatever you want to do, you know. I just don't think that it'd be necessary, because again, as we sit today, the boots off the ground Call of Duties are wildly unpopular, and they're kind of going away from that, and that's really what you needed that jumping, hopping, strafing, knifing controller for. You know, you don't necessarily need all that on the ground, because everything's gonna slow down a little bit, and so it's gonna be interesting to see how much it slows down, how well we adapt. And I think the community's primed and ready. I think you guys are ready. So don't go spending your money on controllers right now. You know, if you have the skill to mod it and you want to add a prone button on the back, that'll probably be the best thing that you can have right now, is a prone button, so that you can go prone and still be shooting and aiming off the back without moving from any of your other finger positions. But I mean, I don't know if you'll even need that. I just have to play it and see, or maybe add a melee button on the back. I don't know, something like that that you can panic with if you ever get in the situation. Otherwise, I think you're all set. Just my 2 cents. Comment, let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you would like me to talk about next. If you want to see that controller collection video, I'd be glad to do it. It'll be a long one, so just giving you a forewarning. But just let me know what you guys want, and I'm gonna give it to you. Thanks for watching my vlogs, you guys. Love you. Thank you for sticking with me if you've been here the whole time. If you're new, hit that subscribe button. But as always, take care of yourself first and foremost. I'll see you later. Bye.